Beast Within. Woo! Look at that juicy Simic Growth Chamber right there. I see it. Best Adventurous Impulse on the planet right there. I dare you to show me a better Adventurous Impulse than that one. You won't find one. Doesn't exist. Hello and welcome, guys. We are back here for round 3 with Impulse Amulet. I'm excited to be jumping into this next match. We're currently 2-0, so a pretty good start so far. And if you're interested in the details of the deck list, then check out match 1. That's where I go over in detail what it is that we're playing today. I will not be going over that here. Yeah, let's just jump straight into the games. Last round we played against the Tunneling Cat on E-Tron. A pretty typical one, I believe, for the Tunneling Cat, and the Tunneling Cat is a pretty well-known MTGO player, so if you're interested in watching that match, then go ahead and check that out. Alright, we have made our pairing. See if we can be on the play again. I feel like we're not going to be. That's just my read for this time. Oh, I was wrong. Playing against It's Austin. No, It's Auten? It's a weird name. And we are on the play. We have an Amulet and a Pact. If we draw a second Pact, then we can use a Zusa to Titan on 3, if we can set up to pay for double Summoner's Pact. However, more relevantly, if we draw any 3-drop, this hand has a turn 3 Titan. Another Amulet, this hand has a turn... still turn 3 Titan. I mean, obviously we're keeping this. And we'll lead on the Stronghold here to get this Amulet in play. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. Our opponent has kept 7 as well. Lotus Bloom and a snow-covered forest into Amulet. Our opponent's playing a spicy Amulet list over there. Love to see it. Yeah, and we're just a little bit off of our Titan. We don't have a turn 3 Titan here unless we draw something good. I am going to play the Castle Garenbrig, so if we top deck in Azusa, we can still play a turn 3 Titan here. See if our opponent's Lotus Bloom is fast enough to get them there. It's been a long time since this one's seen play in Amulet. The last person that I knew playing Lotus Bloom and Amulet was the MTGO user Punt Then Wine. Explorer does not get us to a Titan here. That said, we might be able to cycle into one, so I'm going to lead on the Vestige and Explore, and if we find an Amulet, not an Amulet, a Zusa, then we'll be able to Titan this turn, and if not, let's see, Grazer. We have 4... We'll be 1 green short of casting Titan, thanks to the fact that we need double green to activate Garenbrig here, which is pretty sad. So I guess we're just playing a land and picking up the Crumbling Vestige and passing. I don't love it. Our opponent chose not to play a 3-drop this turn, so maybe they don't have it. We don't really have any choice but to throw the Growth Chamber into play here, so we'll do that. And pass it back. So, the reason why we couldn't use Grazer to Titan there is because we would have to use the green from our bounce land, leaving a blue floating, pick the bounce land back up, or whatever else back up, and then Grazer puts in something that can only give us 1 green, which is not enough to activate Castle Garenbrig, sadly. But this turn, we have Titan, so it's like now or never, I guess. See if our opponent has a 3-drop. No. Okay, and we just naturally drew the Titan, which is actually fantastic. So if we pack for Dryad and play it, we have Bounce Land, Titan with Valcut in play, so I think we're good to do that here. My opponent says, please don't do it. Well, opponent, you know that I have to, so we'll play the Crumbling Vestige, as it does the same thing as a Bounce Land here, basically. Sorry, OP. Let's pack for the Dryad. Let's play the Dryad, leaving a green floating. We'll play Growth Chamber. We'll pick up the Crumbling Vestige, I suppose. So we could just activate and play a Titan and attack, and then we have additional land drops post-combat. Since we can get Vesuva to copy the Stronghold, but then that denies us of having 1 Valcut in play, but I think we can only get... I suppose if we were to Grazer right now to get Titan into play, then we would have a Valcut in play off the Titan ETB trigger to already copy with the Vesuva, so it's technically correct to Grazer here. So let's go ahead and do that. Make sure we float a green with this Vestige, although it doesn't actually matter, since Dryad lets us tap for a mana of any color here. But this way we can get double Valcut actually to haste our Titan, so this is assuredly lethal. Guaranteedly lethal. Valakut, Valakut. There we go. Save targets upstairs. Stack these amulets. Auto yes, both of these Valakuts and auto yield them, and we'll be off the game too. Make a red, make a white using the Dryad ability. Haste our big guy. Go in for the attacks. Yup. We'll get Vesuva copying Valakut and fetch land for absolute overkill. Is this enough Valakut triggers? I can't tell. Opponent says, you got me. Had to do it to him. Go to sideboarding. Against our opponent, we are going to want forces because they interact with amulets and dryads. We're going to want Reclamation Sage because they interact with amulets and dryads. Beast Within hitting a land can be quite devastating. Dismember because they hit dryads. Yeah, we could have Tracker. I think it's a little too slow, though. We'd rather just get a Titan into play. Bog is awful here. One Cavern can go. Maybe one Pact is fine to cut as well, although I like Pact in general. Grazer's a little bit slow in this matchup. I like trimming too. Speaking of slow in the matchup, we'll trim some Explorers. If not more, it might be better to have a Grazer than an Explorer, but it's a little debatable. I think having a turn 2 3-drop is probably better than having one Explorer. We'll just cut all 4 Explorers, I think. Yeah, I think that's all we need. All right. Well, we can have turn 1 Grazer into turn 2 Rex Sage to kill our opponent's Amulet if they lead on that. We have Castle to speed up our Titan, and also as an additional untapped source. This hand's, like, not fantastic, but it interacts, so I'm going to try it. Our opponent mulligans to 5. Not great for them. I have to admit, I don't think Lotus Bloom is particularly good in this matchup, just because I feel like it's a turn too late. If your opponent's playing a turn 3 Titan, and you're relying on your Lotus Bloom to get your Titan into play, I don't know, maybe it's better on the play. Lotus Bloom is to suspend 4, right? Our opponent has played land go. Well, now we have a turn 2 Azusa, which is actually fantastic. Sanctuary. Pick up our forest, pass it back. Suspend 3. So on the play, Bloom might be fast enough. Our opponent didn't reveal a Bloom, however, so it's fine. Opponent suggested before that we fail to find on lands. I mean, we could have done that. That is a legal play. Alright, we're definitely running out the Azusa here, I think, and playing the Impulse to see if we can spike our Titan off the top. We'll play T-West and Garenbrig and Impulse. No Titan, sadly. Getting rid of his Summoner's Pact we would have liked to draw, but that's okay. We'll take a bounce land here, I think. And pass it back. Opponent says, yeah, that hand's a bit better than mine. You know, it does happen like that sometimes. Top decking the Azusa was great. We were planning on interacting with this Rex Sage, but then our opponent just never had the turn 1 Amulet. I guess they're not lucky enough. You know, if you're not lucky enough to have turn 1 Amulet, then clearly you shouldn't be playing Amulet, right? Like, to be an Amulet pro, you just have to have the turn 1 Amulet, right? Titan. Beast Within. Woo! Look at that juicy Simic Growth Chamber right there. I see it. And, yeah. I think here we're just picking up a forest. I'll pick up the T-West. It'll be useful in case we happen to find a Dryad. We'll stop on our opponent's upkeep and blow up this Simic Growth Chamber. Don't like to see it on our opponent's side of the battlefield over there. Hopefully we don't get killed by the beast, but this is just way too much value. I can't not do it. I can't resist the value. Opponent floats 2. We're going to see an Aether Gust. That would be interesting. Yeah, Beast Within is a pretty good one in the mirror. For this exact reason. Our opponent could still have Amulet and bounce land and start going off at some point in time, if they sandbag everything. If they do just play out an Amulet here, like if they happen to draw it, then we get to Rex Sage it. So at this point, probably our opponent's only hope is to... I guess the Ghost Quarter's pretty good. Grazer. Another land. Our opponent's down to 2 cards in hand, so... I guess they have a chance. Oh, well, never mind. They don't have a chance because we top deck Titan, and that's just game. Most probably. We can't haste here because they can Ghost Quarter our haste land. Which is kind of awkward, actually. I think making our opponents strip mine themselves is going to be better than anything else we can do, though. So let's just go ahead and force them to use it. They do have to use it here. We'll get the Stronghold and any bounce land. We'll make it a Growth Chamber so we can more easily transmute our Tolari West. They have to Ghost Quarter this Stronghold now. Never mind. They clearly don't have to do it. They can let us just attack for 8. No big deal. Cool. I'll take that too. Definitely swing. Yep. Now what? I didn't expect that to actually work. So I kind of want to get a Ghost Quarter here. I feel like if we have a Ghost Quarter in play... Ooh, we can actually Ghost Quarter and Vesuva our opponent's Ghost Quarter. I feel like that puts them the furthest away from Titan that we can make it. Do we need... Actually, I guess we do need 2 Ghost Quarter effects. Now, if they Ghost Quarter our Ghost Quarter, we're pretty okay with that. So maybe we don't need to get Vesuva copying Ghost Quarter. Instead, I'm going to get a blue source for transmuting, I think. So we'll just get a... Don't want to get a T-West because they could Ghost Quarter it. And that would not be great. Let's just get the Breeding Pool, or maybe even a Bounce Land. Let's get a Bounce Land so we can pick up another Bounce Land that we have in play. Protect the Garrison, I guess. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Titan off the top really fixed things up for us. They block with the Beast. We'll pretend that's a meaningful block. I guess they can Dismember. Well, I'm really glad we set up this Tolari West. Yep, Dismember happens. Get the Beast out of play. There's no reason to play the Garrison, I don't think. There might be, so we can haste this upcoming turn. Alright, I'm doing it. Pick up the Sanctuary, sure. Trying to keep all of our bounce lands in hand. I suppose if they Ghost Quarter our Boros, it could be kind of weird, but play Tolari West. Not the greatest for our opponent here. Okay, yeah, let's do the thing where we transmute and cast a Primeval Titan, and yeah. Get Summoner's Pact. We'll Pact here. Get Titan. We'll, I guess, use the Ghost Quarter. I don't love it. It's not stopping our opponent from Titaning this upcoming turn if they have Garen Ring anyways, so might as well tap it. We'll activate here, leaving up our haste mana. Looking pretty good. Probably setting up another Tolari West here, I would think. Opponent Ghost Quarters the Stronghold. It's a smart plan. We'll float a color. Not sure that it makes a difference, but get a Forest. Titan resolves. Get Tolari West and a blue land. I guess we don't need a blue land since our opponent's not going to have a second Ghost Quarter, probably. They might have like a Tectonic Edge if they board it, but I'm not really playing around that. So probably Tolari West and second Valakut makes sense. Or even Windswept Heath. I don't know, I'm not sold on Heath. I'm going to go for second Valakut. We will cast this Impulse. Primeval Titan. Seems pretty decent. Seems pretty decent. Yeah. Alright, I think we're done. This hand's panning out pretty good. Best Adventurous Impulse on the planet right there. I dare you to show me a better Adventurous Impulse than that one. You won't find one. Doesn't exist. I guess, technically, we would have actually wanted Dryad more here, but... You know what? We don't talk about such things. We just don't do it. We can even play into our opponent's last card being Dismember, because if they Dismember our Dryad, that means they have no way to cast Titan, so we can actually just go for the Dryad and the kill on the Valakut triggers. So, yeah, I don't really see a window for our opponent to get back in. Or we could just top deck Dryad, too, and not have to worry about anything in life. It really is that easy, folks. It really is. I guess we leave up the Ghost Quarter so that we can Ghost Quarter ourselves in response to a removal spell or something. Swing. Yup. Vesuva, copying, and Colony Garden to get a plant. We really need this plant. Valakut. Save targets upstairs. And we win the match. Well, usually I'm the one getting stomped in Amulet Mirrors, but glad to be the one doing the stomping. The pendulum does swing back. And yeah, we are currently 3-0 with this list. Let me know what you think, and I apologize to have brutalized another Amulet player like that. I wish we could all just get along, but it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. If you are watching, opponent, then thank you for the games. And if you're not watching, what are you doing? You got to come here. You got to watch this channel. This is where you're meant to be. Anyways, that was fun, and I will see you guys for the next match. This is Redface Menace, signing off.